Hello everyone. So my name is Gladmore. Maybe you're wondering uh, how did I get this name? As you can see, I'm ever smiling, always happy, always glad. This much. So also theory suggests that I think you know the story that when a baby is born, there's a first cry. So actually, as of me, I smiled. Actually, maybe I laughed. And, they gave me the name Gladmore. So as you can see, I'm wearing this jersey right here. Zimbabwean. It's for the Warriors. Actually, I used to be very passionate about football. It's one of my hobbies as well. So I also used to play for the Zimbabwean team. I can call them Warriors. Doesn't matter if it is the national team or but I used to play for Zimbabwe. So venturing to today's topic, reflections. So my view about the word reflection is suppose looking yourself in the mirror. How do you see yourself? Or suppose looking at something that makes you think like you are like this thing or something. Or also you can reflect upon yourself, or you can also reflect upon yourself by looking back upon your life, the things that you used to do, the things you liked, the things you were subjected to, your errors, your mistakes. So that's how I view reflection. So I also see that reflection is something that is very, very, very important in a person's life, because by doing so, you can also find your purpose in life. It is one of the things I believe, that each and everyone has got a purpose. So by reflecting upon your life, you can actually see the direction. By connecting the dots, you can see that no, I'm destined for this thing. So that's also one of the importance of reflecting upon your life. And also, I think another key aspect about reflecting upon your life, based on looking back on the things you did or something like that, is you can also see some of the errors. So by doing so, you can come up with solutions, so that when those things happen again, you know how to handle some of the things, because there was also a repetition of some things. So you can rectify things now, because now you know what happened and now you can conquer. So the way I want to reflect upon my life, I'm going to use my high school experience, and I'm also going to use my natural life as well, back at home. And then I'm also going to use the Bible, because I'm a person who used to read the Bible very much, and I still read. I used to read it like a novel, because I like the stories, in the Old Testament, mostly the way activities unfolded in the Old Testament. They were interesting to me. So based on those stories, comparing also with my natural life, I can see that these things, they align somewhere, so I can also reflect or see myself as one of the characters in the Bible. So firstly, I'm going to use my high school life. I learned at Mrewa High. Those who know about it, is in March East Province. It's a mission school, Odyssey as well. So my first experience when I was in that place, I was kind of lost, and I was, this anxiety of a new place. It's now a boarding school, there are no parents around. So that experience, but by time, I got used to the place. My first, I can say, my first 3 terms, like my form 1, I felt lost, confused, to an extent that I almost suggested quitting. Why? Because it was not going as planned, you see. So, as time progressed, from 3, from 2, I was now part of the team now. I now know what is happening around these things. I'm used to the place. So I discovered what I really liked. I'm a person who liked science that much. So by doing so, I became a person who loves reading books, studying more, because for a person to be in a science class, you're supposed to score very, very, very much. So this is where I ventured myself more into. Some they love sports and they excel that side. It's a very good thing. So as I subjected myself more into books, I also found that it's not only science is a broad term that I loved, but I loved chemistry mostly, which is also was one of my, I was very good in chemistry. I can say. So since I was very good in chemistry, I fell in love with chemistry. And also, you can see at an environment, the big school, there are many things that happen. When you are at a place where there are many people, there are many characters. So I found out that many people now, they are indulging themselves in different things. Why? Because the pressures are surrounded by people maybe who are naughty or something like that. A setup of a school. There are different characters, different motives. So even though the people, those influential people at school, I didn't find myself in such a group. So I looked at myself. If I look at myself right now, I ask myself why, but it was so easy for me to be in this group because they were the ones who were popular at school. Then why? How did I end up not being one of them? So this is also one of the key things I use to reflect upon myself. Why didn't I join this? What was on my mind when I didn't join them? So you can see it's totally means that I was different to them. I was different. So why am I different? Because I have another mission different, or that does not require those things. So based on my high school experience, I've got many lessons which you can learn from as well. As I have said before. So looking at my favorite subject, the one I said before, if you remember, chemistry is actually about reactions, and also we solve problems, many problems, using that knowledge as well. So I'm also a person who loves solving problems. Yeah, whenever there's a problem, I try to look for a solution. So in chemistry, there are many things, many concepts which solves problems. Yeah, if you're a chemist person, you can know what I'm trying to say. I also want to look back on my life based on my general life or my natural life, back at home, not at school or somewhere. So at home, it's like this. When I grew up, I had two brothers who were far much bigger, far much older than me. The age difference was quite big. And there were also other three brothers from my auntie's side that were staying there. They were the same age. Yeah, mind me, I'm sorry about that. So we find that since I was in such an environment, usually during the holidays, these boys, their stories, their activities, they are much different, or they are toxic to me because of the age difference. The things they did, they were toxic to me, or they were something that can, affect me in some areas. Suppose maybe they drink alcohol. This is just an example. I'm not going to expose what they did. So suppose maybe they did they drank alcohol, or they did girls, involve them in those activities since they were older than me. So you see, I'm in an environment which I'm being subject to a lot of pressure. Some things which are not of my age actually. But even though every Sunday I just went to church with my mom, I was a church person. I can say I was an obedient person. So these boys, they didn't go to church with us. They just stayed at home. But I spent much of my time with them also at home because they are my brothers. So you see, so by doing so, even though they did those things, I didn't even like what they did, even though. So you can see that my character or my view about life, or something like that, was quite different to them as well. So looking at that, you can see that there's an area upon my life which is different to them, or there is a different destiny pattern in my life. So this is also another way I reflect upon my life. Another way also, like I said, I am a person who reads the Bible very much. So I'm going to use these familiar Old Testament stories. I like the story of Joseph. The story of Joseph. Maybe some of you just remember that he was sold by his brothers. What they didn't like him for some reasons, which I'm going to leave you to search about it. So I just want to look at this part. Joseph actually he had a different, I can say, destiny compared to his brothers. So looking at that, I also see myself there. There's slight difference. So when I look at Joseph, the path he followed until he became popular in Egypt, I also say, can I say I moved through the same path, but some of the things, yes, I can say I experienced it. So looking also at this story, I can say I also reflect myself. So what am I going to leave you with today is reflection is very important in one's life. Why? The reasons I've already told you, but I'm gonna say them for interest sake, because you can actually identify your destiny as well by reflecting upon your life. You know, by seeing someone, you can also see yourself. Those people we call role models, you can also see yourself in that person. By doing so, you can see that I'm destined for this thing. By looking at the people around you, you can also see your destiny. Looking back upon your experiences, maybe your challenges, your errors, and all sorts of things, you can see who you are meant to be, or even, yes. So by this, I'd like to thank you all. Don't forget to subscribe, and always smile like I do. It's not bribing someone, it's just being happy. So thank you very much. I hope you do reflect upon your life. I hope you identify your destiny. I hope you rectify all those errors so that you can't repeat them as well. Thank you very much.